Listen up, because this isn't just another talk about legal stuff. It's about what's about to blow up your entire cross-border launch if you don't get laser sharp right now. Imagine you're pouring your heart, soul, and every cent you've scraped together into conquering a new market abroad, only to have it all crumble because you didn't spot the legal landmines crawling beneath your feet. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Those brutal legal traps don't announce themselves. They strike like thieves in the night, ripping apart dreams, deals, and reputations faster than you can say compliance. And guess what? Most founders, investors, and leaders out there are walking blind, thinking it's all just paperwork. It's not. It's the difference between soaring profits and crashing failures. If you're serious about global launch, it's time to stop acting like you can wing it. First, hear this. Your home market rules don't mean squat when you cross borders. The laws will eat you alive because every country plays by its own twisted rulebook. Think you can just replicate your model somewhere else? Wrong. You'll face brutal contract pitfalls, hidden clauses that can kill your rights before you even know it. Here's the ugly truth. They don't negotiate in your favor. So what you need to do before signing anything overseas is unleash a tactical strike. Hire local legal experts with battlefield experience in that market's trenches, not just someone who reads law on Wikipedia. Demand they deconstruct every clause, spot every trap, and architect a fortress around your interests. No excuses. Next, intellectual property theft. This one is a silent predator. Your brand, your tech, your secret sauce. Without airtight IP protection tailored specifically to the target country, you can bet your competitors will leash it and sell it back to you as a new idea. It's brutal, but it happens daily. The fix? Don't do what 90% of launches do. Don't register your trademarks and patents only at home and think that's enough. Go multi-layered. File for protections in every jurisdiction you're aiming for. And don't just look at patents. Dive into trade secrets, designs, copyrights, whatever fits, and be fast. Legal systems elsewhere won't wait for you to catch up. Think of this like arming your tanks at every border checkpoint. You want one breach, and your entire invasion is compromised. Don't let that happen. Data privacy, this beast will trip you instantly, and the penalties will crush you. GDPR, it's the tip of the iceberg. What about China's cybersecurity law or Brazil's LGPD? Different players, different rules, and they're all monsters that will devour your operations if you're careless. You need to rip apart your data collection, storage, and transmission processes and rebuild them with a local legal lens. Don't just pretend compliance. Build it into your product and service from day one. Use privacy by design as your shield, not an afterthought. And force your team to sweat this, because one wrong step and regulatory authorities will slap you with fines that can kill your cash flow overnight. There's no room for hope or luck here. It's war or ruin. Then there's market entry structure, a trap many fall into with a kind of naive optimism that's going to cost you dearly. Depending on where you go, your launch vehicle, subsidiary, distributor, agent can lock you into constraints that will strangle your growth or bind you into legal hell. Don't just pick the cheapest or easiest legal form. Take a scalpel and dissect the tax implications, liability load, and operational flexibility with a vengeance. This is where the big gets made or broken by the details no one wants to talk about in boardrooms. If you mess this up, you're stuck with walls, not wings. Contracts with partners and vendors overseas? Forget what you know about your local contracts. Here, contracts are nightmares dressed in legalese designed to bury you in loopholes. Insist on clear terms for dispute resolution clauses, specifying arbitration in neutral locations, governing law that matches your strategic advantage, and precise exit conditions. This part of the deal is often ignored until it's too late. Turn it into your priority war zone. No handshake deals, no verbal promises. The second you hear, "Trust me," run, because trust is the first casualty of cross-border chaos. And export controls and sanctions? This is a ticking time bomb, especially now with global politics so volatile. You might think you're just selling tech or products, but if your goods fall under restricted categories, Authorities will come down on you like a freight train. Do not even think about overlooking this. You must run an ironclad screening process on every product, technology, and service through every country's export regimes. Engage compliance pros who don't just parrot the rules. They dig deep and update you real time. Because one slip, one error, and you're not just fined, you're potentially blacklisted. Now, one of the most overlooked but absolutely fatal mistakes: failure to understand employment laws. Hiring in another country is not onboarding a new employee. It's entering a legal jungle. Employment contracts, benefits, terminations. It's all riddled with hidden requirements that can turn your team building into a legal nightmare. What looks like a simple hire could become years of legal battles if you don't comply. Build a local HR legal framework that doesn't just scratch the surface, but matches the culture and law of your target country. This is your front line for scaling teams without traps. Here's the raw core truth. Going cross-border without obsessing over these legal issues is the fastest way to watch years of work vaporize. So here's the call. You want your cross-border market to explode into success? But it's not a curse. It's a challenge. And challenges are overcome by those who dare to master the detail, to push beyond illusions, and create a new reality rather than accept weak rules. Your launch isn't just a business move. It's a declaration of freedom from outdated constraints, a mission to redefine what's possible. Then skin into this fight with relentless precision. Map every legal risk from day zero, not as a boring checklist, but as your battle plan. Hunt down local legal warriors who breathe that market, who've been in the trenches, who know the unspoken war zones. Build contracts that don't just protect, but empower your vision. Fortify your IP like a fortress with multi-territory filings. Engineer your data privacy to be bulletproof, baked into the DNA of your service. Structure your market entry like a general designs his campaign. Strategically, surgically, with no margin for error. Engage export control compliance like it's national security. Hire with legal respect so strong it turns every employee into an asset, not a potential liability. You're not here to be another victim to the system's illusions, bound by rules invented to keep you small and compliant. You're here to transcend that, to wield legal knowledge as your power, not your prison. You're a global citizen of ambition and strategy, the rare few who don't just accept the world as is, but reshape it. Every legal pitfall waiting to trap you is also a loophole to crack if you have the courage and urgency to own it. Don't wait for disaster. Own your global legal battlefield now. Cut through the noise. Build beyond borders, because that's where freedom, that's where growth, that's where true power lives. Be relentless. Be precise. Dominate your launch, not only with innovation, but with courage-backed legality. This is the arsenal. This is the path, and there's no turning back.